What's up, everyone? Today's episode is brought to you by Brain Candy and the Candy Shop. Thanks, Bayside, for getting us this super exotic dispensary legal bullshit. SlimeLA.com, official Slime LA on Instagram. Okay. I got some urine, finally. Hooray. Reallocating my portfolio. I think this pullback, which was foreseen in the Fibonacci retracement, is almost finished, and we're still going to have a crash, just not as of yet. It's going to be they're not having the rate cut until later, so they'll probably have a bigger crash later than the one I was anticipating. So I went down a little bit in the portfolio, but I reallocated everything. And again, this is the fun money. I'm not telling you guys what to do or how to trade. I'm showing you guys what my trades are with the money I can afford to lose, because really this is just going to determine what kind of ring Tiffany has. Let's just be honest about it, all right? Just the fun money. Okay. And I should have shown that I have a urn, just in case. Yeah, it did. Okay, so I haven't, dear, since you wanted to tell everyone not about me, since that's not me. They didn't, what they did allegedly, and what they do allegedly with people, I'm not the only, if this was Morrowind, I'm a Blades, if you want to consider it that. I've been a Blades since I was 17. Part of being a Blades is they don't, when you, like, if you pay someone, like if you're in like Korea and you pay someone to like do a web search on me, you will find shit on my record. Because when you like apply for a bank loan or a job or a passport, they show you the real record and they explain everything to you, which is part of why I kept telling Tiffany I can't tell her everything until it's only for wife and next of kin. We'll get to that in a second. So, you know how like since October I've been riding the metro and essentially single-handedly fighting crime? I can't say it like that, but that's as close as I can legally come to saying that. And I got psychoanalyzed by this really hot older psychologist one time, a couple years ago, about it. And she was like, do you think maybe it's because you play Final Fight so much? And I was like, maybe. And she was like, why do you like Final Fight so much? And I was like, honestly, because when I was a kid, all the older cousins would fight over who could play Final Fight. And none of them could get past level 3. Eddie E, the bad cop, who if you eat his gum, you get full health back. They kept dying to him. So if I get past him on one continue, I consider it winning. And now I can beat the whole game sometimes without even continuing or losing a life. But anyways, so that's about as deep as they took the psychological evaluation. But anyways, so allegedly when I'm in between jobs, I just go hunting for bounties of all kinds. I don't recommend you doing this because you don't have the skill set I do. Because again, I like my phone is full of like K-pop models and high-end lawyers. Like I reach out to the high-end lawyers, the K-pop models reach out to me. That's the best way I can describe it. I've been doing this for a while. Anyways, so I've been not cutting I had to cut my hair because Tiffany was yelling at me. I've been not cutting my hair, dressing down a whole lot because they've been having like the illegals who get shipped to New York and sell the shit in Florida. The worst decision they ever made was to come to Virginia because they thought that Virginia was going to be like under the last governor, and no. Now, at least on the Virginia side, I haven't seen the Maryland side yet, but in the Virginia side, they have all these signs with the police numbers you can contact. They now have Metro cops on the trains and walking through the trains. Guess how many illegal gangs I saw on the Metro? 0. Goose egg. Guess what I did see? A bunch of elderly people riding the train, a bunch of like Indian people going to class, a bunch of like Asian girls with their like white nerdy boyfriends talking about stupid bullshit. The homies and all that bullshit, they were just going to work and going to class and all that bullshit, right? Just regular normal bullshit. There's still homeless people because that's a whole other issue, but there were no illegal gangs on the Metro. You're very welcome. Anyways, now to this shit everyone really gives a fuck about. No one gives a fuck about what my crypto portfolio is or what I'm doing on the Metro. Tiffany, Soulmate, Gumio, Moon Goddess. When you said I'll explain it later, see, I've been looking up shit in Korea and like Indonesia. Then when I realized it was her brother in the Philippines yelling at me and all that stupid bullshit, I remember, because see, Tiffany, she had this massive fight with me. Massive. Because I didn't know she was engaged to someone else. So like back in March, April, I was like starting to hit up all the old bitches I used to fool around with. And then she like actually got on a video chat with me and was like, do you want a divorce, yes or no? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, I'm in this with you. Do you want a divorce, yes or no? And I was like, no, I guess. And she was like, well, then cut this shit out right now. I'll explain it all later. And I was like, okay. And I have. Because I'm not afraid of Tiffany. That's not what I'm going to say. It's just that sometimes when Tiffany has like a tone, a like very determined tone, it's just not worth it to put up a fight. So she said, do you want a divorce? And I was like, no. And then she was like, well, then cut this shit out. And I was like, you better explain it then, right? During Forever One of the things I was like whispering at her and all that bullshit that she really likes that I do, I kept telling her how I was going to marry her in the Philippines because in the Philippines you cannot get a divorce unless she cheats on you. And apparently, if the guy's dumb enough to like abuse that privilege, she just like wrecks your credit and spends all your money and all that bullshit. I don't care about the money. I knew you were going to be an expensive trophy. I don't consider it cheating if you were engaged to the CEO of Panda Express who can't put out a bop if he literally steals from a child. So to me, it wasn't cheating. If anything, you are the one who was cheating, not me. But let's just table that for a moment. Tiffany, did you use my passport to legally marry us in the eyes of the Philippines so that way we can't get a divorce unless you cheat on me? And then that time you gave me all that bullshit about soulmate shit. That was basically, she told me that she would never cheat on me. She like swore an oath to like Joseon and Goria and Beautya Joseon and Moschino, and she was like, I will never cheat on you. She was like, I will be loyal to you forever. I am sorry that I could not be there for you before, but I will never leave you ever again. And I did a video about it. I didn't put it together until her brother started yelling at me. I'm like, why would her brother yell at me this much? What does he give a fuck what I do, especially if he's in the Philippines? You have to understand something. In my family, the males get into fist fights a lot. You're thinking to yourself some kind of a number, and you're gonna want to multiply that by at least you know, like 2 digits minimum. One time when I got into a fight with my oldest brother, who's 4 years older than me, the older cousins and uncles were like, well, let them figure it out. They were like, pretty much like, well, the other one who's not fighting, go get us a beer. So you're gonna want to like calm the fuck down. I see where Tiffany gets it from. Tiffany's older brother. Are you like the deposed first in line for the Joseon crown that doesn't exist anymore because North Korea and South Korea and all that bullshit? And is that why Tiffany knows all the bullshit about the Marine Devil Dogs in Korea? Look, you don't understand. Tiffany has a obsession with like violence, but like in a way that like a woman, like she's never been in a fight, you can tell. She just like really gets off of that kind of shit. Whatever. Tiffany, are we married in the Philippines so we can't get a divorce? Look, I'm open to vacationing in the Philippines. I'm not going to have that as my residence. I'll tell you that right now. It would, you don't, when Tiffany gets this way, you just have to say, yes, dear, and let her order whatever she wants to order. It's the easiest thing to do, I swear to God. Connoisseur of the herbal remedies. So, so this is probably what she meant by I will never leave you. Because by her, you don't understand how controlling she is. If this is what she did, that means a divorce is up to her. Why would I care about that? I would never leave you. I was testing you the entire time. You thought I didn't notice you, but I was testing you. That's all. And lucky for me, you passed all of my tests. I'm gonna go do other shit now. Maybe I'll get a lift in a little bit. Who knows? Peace out.